You know, athletes and weightlifters train hard. They build up their strength by doing things just like this. Ephesians 6:10 says, "Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power." We can train by praying, spending time talking to God, spending time with Him. He'll talk to us too, and together we'll become much, much stronger. Wait, no.
You know, Jesus prayed alone. It talks about it in Luke 6:12. Jesus went out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. It's really good to have personal, private prayer every day with just you and God. Think about it. You get one-on-one time with the Creator of the universe. Sounds good, doesn't it? I think I'm gonna have some of that myself. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James with him and went up onto a mountain to pray. Good night. I love you. Have a good bye. You know, Jesus prayed with his friends. It's good for us to have time alone with God, but it's also good to encourage one another in prayer. That's one of the reasons why we go to church, is to encourage one another in prayer and pray for each other's needs.
Jesus actually taught us how to pray. You might have heard something called the Lord's Prayer before. It's a way that Jesus taught his disciples and all of us how we can talk to God.
This then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we have also forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one.
So it starts by talking about our reverence and respect for God, our Heavenly Father, the respect for His will, and our willingness to participate in making things here on earth more and more like they are in heaven, doing our very best. It also talks about trusting Him to give us what we need to protect us and keep us going every day. It also asks us to forgive, just as God forgives us. We can receive forgiveness for any wrong that we do from God, but we need to be ready to forgive those that hurt us. It also asks for God's protection. There are difficult times in our lives, and times whenever we're tempted to do wrong, to sin. We can ask God to help us work through those times. The Lord's Prayer is just a way that we can practice. It's a way that we can learn all these different kind of ways that we talk to God, the things that we can ask Him for, and the ways that we can trust Him and put ourselves firmly in His will, the way that He wants us to live. Pray without ceasing. When do we need to pray? Do we need to pray all the time, from whenever we wake up to the time that we lay down to go to bed? The Bible does tell us when we need to pray. It says in Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. In Ephesians 6:18, it says, pray on all occasions. Does that mean we need to pray every minute of the day? No, but we should be praying continuously, constantly. Whenever we think about it is a good time to talk to God. It can be like weightlifting. Whenever you're weightlifting, you start small. You lift those weights continuously, over and over again, getting stronger, getting bigger weights, lifting those again, until you can get the strongest that you can be. We can pray just like that. You can start short. If you feel scared or embarrassed, you feel like you don't know what to do or what to say, just start small. Talk to God for a couple minutes. As you practice, it'll feel more and more natural, and you'll enjoy more and more spending this time talking to God. And you'll find yourself praying more and more, praying continuously, without ceasing, constantly thinking of how you can talk to God and going to Him all over the times of the day.